Hello again, gang. Jeff from G's Gear here with a beautiful, freshly restored Harmony Sovereign H1260, the Jumbo Sovereign from 1969. It's in excellent condition. It's all ready to go. We've done a lot of work to it here at the shop, and it's ready for its new home. So let's see. This is a American-made guitar from Chicago, from the Harmony Company, which was in business from the late 1800s up until about 1972-73, when they ceased operations. This was their flagship acoustic flat top. This is their Jumbo flat top. It was eventually replaced by the Deluxe series of the same guitar, just the same guitar with different appointments. But it's got all the traditional Harmony qualities that we know and love. It's a ladder braced guitar, so it has a unique sound to it that they have, a barkiness, a kind of a crisp bite that you get out of a ladder braced guitar. Solid spruce top, and this one is really a very fine grained spruce. It's a lovely piece of lumber with Honduran mahogany back and sides, one piece back, something you can't get on guitars these days. They just don't have the lumber in those sizes. Honduran mahogany neck, Brazilian rosewood fretboard, Brazilian rosewood bridge. We've replaced the saddle. It's an unbleached bone saddle. We gave it a complete neck reset, neck off, new profile, proper shimming, neck back on. We put braces around the sound hole. You've heard me mention this maybe in some other videos that we do. Ladder braced guitars are susceptible to movement in the top. They don't, by design, they don't have bracing that the X-braced guitars have that come out around the sound hole. And so over time and under the tension of the strings, the top tends to want to do two things. The strings pulling on the bridge make the bridge rotate forward a little bit. When that happens, the top can belly behind it. That's one thing that can raise the action of the guitar. When that happens, when the bridge rotates forward, the area around the sound hole can sag a little bit. When that happens, the neck block sags in, the guitar neck lifts up, and again, you've got a raised action on your guitar. And so when a guitar presents itself like that to a luthier, what they will often do, because it's the easiest, most expeditious thing to do, is they'll do a neck reset. They'll adjust the neck to suit the geometry of the guitar. What we have found with the X-brace guitars over time is that you can do that. You can go to that trouble and do the neck reset. But if there's a problem in the body, doing that neck reset often seems to compound it. And you get everything absolutely perfect and then let the guitar sit for a week, and all of a sudden it's right back where it was. And it's because the body keeps moving. So we do various work to support the top, to keep the top more rigid so that a neck reset will work. Now, on this guitar, when it came in, the top was beautiful. There was no bellying in the top. We sometimes would add a bridge doctor. We didn't need to do it. But there was a little bit of sagging here around the sound hole. So V braces were put in, made out of maple, that have stiffened the top. The full neck reset. As a result, we've got an action that's 3/32 of an inch on the low E, 1/16 of an inch on the high E, no buzzing up and down the neck, plays like a dream. And it sounds great. It's a big Harmony Jumbo guitar, big, warm, round bottom end, clear, crisp, ringing treble. That's what you want. What else do we do? Crowned and leveled and dressed the frets. This guitar came in with no pick guards, so we fabricated a pick guard for it, new pick guard on there, and it was also missing a heel cap, so we put a new heel cap on it. Tuners are original. They've been cleaned, lubricated, put back on, lemon oiled the bridge, lemon oiled the fretboard, bone saddle, cut to the radius of the guitar. It's 12-inch radius, and it's ready for its new owner, and maybe its final owner, its final destination, the forever home. These are great guitars. You see me get excited about these. I have a 1260 in my own collection that I play alongside a Gibson J100, a Gibson J200. I have a Loudon F23, which is my baby, my favorite guitar. I would not part with that 1260. It has a sound that's uniquely its own, a feel that's uniquely its own, and when I sit down and play on that guitar, I play differently. Different ideas come to me. I love the things. Well, let's give you a little bit more of a taste of it. We'll try something with a flat pick here, so you can hear how these chords ring out. There we are. It's got a great mid-range to it. Nice, big, punchy bottom end. I play primarily finger style, so having a really strong bottom end, very important to get that old-timey music to move. Let's just play it. We'll run right up and down the fretboard so that you can hear how it rings out on individual strings. I didn't write this. Right string. Plays beautifully, right up and down the neck. No fretting out, no buzzing, big sound, rich, complex tone. I think these are great and greatly undervalued American guitars. When you stack this up against a Gibson, a Guild, a Martin, guitars that will sell for 2, 3 to 4 times what you would pay for one of these harmonies. Thing to think about. And I find this kind of fascinating. In their heyday, back in the 60s up into the 70s, Harmony made more musical instruments, more guitars specifically, than any company in the world. So in a year when Gibson would turn out 9,000, 12,000 guitars in a single year, Harmony would make 300,000 guitars. It was that much of a difference. That's why you can still find these. They generally had a lower price point because they were marketed differently. They were sold often through catalogs, or sold at Sears, or sold at small mom and pop retailers. But here's the thing also to consider. On the other end of that spectrum, if you're the provider of tone wood and you're selling that to the big guitar companies, you're selling it to Gibson, to Martin, to Guild, to Harmony. Harmony's the bigger buyer. They made more guitars, they needed more of the wood. What I am astounded by, guitar to guitar to guitar, is how often the tone woods on these Harmony guitars are of an exceptional quality. The tops that you see on these old Harmony Sovereigns, and they saved the really best tops for their top end guitars, but the tops that you see on these things are phenomenal. The Honduran mahogany, it's quarter sawn Honduran mahogany on these guitars. You can still get that. You can't get it in these kinds of sizes. So I think that a lot of the sellers of the woods courted Harmony as a major client because they knew that what they would buy from them in product to then turn into guitars was a much higher volume of stuff than what Martin and Gibson would be buying. It's food for thought. All right, we'll figure something to play our way out here. This guitar is available at G's Gear at reverb.com. It's available today. I don't know how long it's going to last. They don't tend to hang around too long. It's a lot of demand for these. Put a pickup in it. I have a Mojo Tone quiet coil that I use on my 1260. It sounds great. Clips right into the sound hole. Fantastic. You can play out with it, play in the studio, take it with you on vacation, leave the prized Martin and Gibson at home, and you'll find that you're playing this thing more and more often. Okay, G's Gear, reverb.com. This is a 1969 Harmony H1260, solid spruce, Honduran mahogany back and sides, Brazilian rosewood fretboard, Brazilian rosewood bridge, original tuners, new strings, a new neck reset, new neck heel cap, new pick guard, unbleached bone saddle, ready to go. We'll see you next time.